Today we're going to put a passive pickup system in a Martin D28. My good buddy Billy came over to the house the other day. He was going to put a pickup system inside of his Martin D28, and we decided to film it so that you guys could see the pickup system going in, get a step-by-step tutorial if you need to do this on your own guitar. And then we decided to do some sound samples so that you could hear the before and the after and get an idea of what a Martin D28 could sound like with one of these pickup systems installed.
So this is a Martin D28 P, Martin D28P, the 2008-2009 model. I think they did a P in the, I don't know, before the 2000s as well. D28P, from all I know, it's the same build as any other D28 except for a slight change to the neck profile on it. So Martin D28P, I've done a lot of research trying to figure out the best way for me to be able to plug this in and play it in a worship setting, and just learned that the K&K is everyone's go-to. I might explain a little bit more about that and why later on, but yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic guitar. Obviously Martin knows what they're doing. Dreadnought body, nice big bold sound, and just kind of want to do a before and after of the guitar mic'd up by itself. With the raw sound coming out of a K&K pickup, and then I believe running through one of Mark's, I get his Fishman Aura preamp down here, which is kind of the general consensus with the K&K, is that it's not going to give you the sound you're looking for. It doesn't have a preamp built in. It's going to need a little bit of help from some kind of preamp on the floor whenever you go to plug it in a live setting. So if you know me, it's all about research for me. So I spent probably way too much time into trying to understand how can I put a pickup in this beautiful instrument without being too invasive, which seems to be the problem everyone's solving with the Martin. People don't have issues throwing big hunks of preamps into other guitars, but it seemed to be the Martin forums that everyone's like, yeah, I want to amplify this thing. I want to do it the best way possible. I want to keep the Martin charm, but I don't want a preamp stuck in here. I don't want to be gluing battery pouches and whatever else you got to do to get some of the shadow pickups and some of those other brands in there. And I think the little bars that go below the saddle don't seem to be ones that people are excited about as much anymore. They're sticking to these transducer pickups that surprisingly enough, based on the brand, you just super glue on the inside, which just seems insane in my brain, but that's how they say that the best sound. There's something on a molecular level, they say, that super glue is the way to go. So for an installation like this, again, watched a ton of videos, done a ton of research. You're not doing much besides enlarging the hole on the tail. Some guitars, of course, are just going to have a screw that went through the end strap pin on the bottom. Martins have a press-in pin, so you already have quite a large hole, so you're taking a large hole and just making it bigger versus taking a small hole from a screw and taking it all the way to 1/2 inch. Did a lot of research. You could try to do a wood bit at home, but you're probably going to tear your instrument up. Reamer bit on Amazon, StewMac sells them for 140 bucks. This was $7. I'm not going to in any way insinuate this is as good as quality as StewMac. This could be a one-time use thing, but for me, doing this one time, it wasn't worth a $150 tool. So we're gonna see how well this one works. We just gotta get this all the way up to 1/2 inch, and it's probably just gonna take a lot of slow adjustment. That endpin hole is already quite the task, but once you get to there, K&K is giving you some pretty fantastic instructions here, and it might be what I consider kind of a crude installation tool, jig, I guess is what they call it. But basically this is used to line up exactly where they want you to put this pickup. They've done all the research. They know exactly where they want it. They want it to be to their own instructions. They want the high E pickup, and there does not seem to be any particular rhyme or reason to which one of these goes in what order. They're all the same. They want one pickup to be exactly over the high E. They said the next ones will be splitting the strings in the middle for both the D and G, and then the E and the A. You use this rig here to confirm that you've got it lined up where you need to, and you'll see in a minute we end up pulling this white stick from the bottom side up to make sure we're lining up as we planned it to be on this side. The golf tee, just make sure that you have not lost anything horizontally. Gets everything lined up nice and neat. You end up putting the transducer on with putty, dry test it, and once you're confident in what's going on, you take a gel super glue. They're very clear to use a gel, because if you've ever tried to use super glue that's not gel, you put it on there, it goes everywhere. We're not in the business of spilling super glue all over guitars. So use a gel super glue, put it on the transducer, give it a nice snug fit, let it sit there for 10 seconds until you're confident that it is set, and then pull the putty away from the transducer and repeat for pickup 2 and 3, and that's about it. That's what's kind of cool about this. It kind of seems scary, you're super gluing something to a guitar, but at the same time, outside of that, you're not doing much to the guitar that's rather invasive, besides the half-inch hole in the end of the guitar, of course. We are going to find the high E, make sure the jig is lined up with the other T here. All right, it is. And we are going to hold that. 10 seconds is never long enough, is it? You just gotta, just in case you're counting too fast, you gotta give it a few more seconds. And let's see if we apply too much of the putty. Putties come off. There's no pickup on the putty, so that must be a successful pickup number 1. Yeah, I'm shaking less, so I guess I'm more confident. And we will be lining things up with the T, the golf tee, and super glue. Woo, that was fun. It did give you instructions for if you get too much super glue on your hands. I know it's where it needs to be. Okay, there now. Good. Yeah. A little extra glue maybe on the last one there, but they're in there. All right, so I guess that's the hard part, because the final step's just putting the output jack through the hole and buttoning it all up. K&K does suggest, or maybe Reddit suggested, one of the two, that you give the cable bundle a twist so that it actually coils up and it's taut, so it's not flapping back and forth either on the front of your guitar or the back side of your guitar there. And then through all this, I'm a big fan of Schaller's strap locks, and I wanted to put it on the acoustic guitar so I didn't have to worry about dropping it. I hadn't put Schaller's before. I've been playing a lot of bass with Mark, so I've installed these and kind of became a fan of them. Obviously, swapping out your strap up here is not going to be that hard. It's just a screw, swap it out for the Schaller one, but didn't know how you would do that with your output jack. So Music Nomad makes these, and it's actually made for Schaller. You can buy them in standard or metric, depending upon what your output jack is. And all that simply does is, instead of putting the included nut on the end that normally you'd have your strap on, you're going to replace it with this, put it at a slight angle back towards yourself, naturally where the strap would be. I mean, I guess you could put it straight up. It looked better visually, but it's not going to function the same way. And then you can continue to use your straps that are outfit with Schaller's strap lock system. So pretty cool. So now we've installed it. That is an adventure, I would say, kind of a crude method, but it's simple. It is what it is. K&K's done all the research. They give you some cool tools to get it done. Just watch out for that pesky super glue. It's installed now, and we're gonna play it just straight. I believe Mark's got everything on the Fishman turned off, so we're just coming through it so it can get recorded, and then we'll give it some preamp help and just kind of compare all three. All right, so now we've added the modeling from the Fishman Aura, I believe, and we'll compare that to the other two. Well, obviously, you can plug it in, so that's a great first step. I think it sounded great, better than I expected, coming without any kind of help from a preamp. And then yeah, I mean, the possibilities are endless once you're able to warm it up a little bit, kind of compensate for a little bit of the tinniness that you might get just straight out of the pickup, and get a little bit of help for some power. Obviously, with it not being active, you might need a little help, just a boost from the preamp on the floor to get a little more energy, and just sound even better. So I'm happy with it. I'm excited to play with it. I hope this video has been helpful. I was doing a lot of research and just thought, I think there's only one or two maybe with the D28, and there are more how-tos, maybe not as good of a comparison. So hopefully this has been helpful to you. I was excited to get this done and excited to play it with Mark in the future.
If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so. I can't wait to see you on the next video.